talking. What? You a goon or you faking real tough talk? Only goons getting shaking real tough talk. I hope your bite is like your bark with that tough talk. This is what New York been missing, real tough talk. You a goon or you faking real tough talk? Only goons getting shaking real tough talk. I hope your bite is like your bark with that tough talk. This is what New York been missing, real tough talk.
What's going on, people? I want to thank you for joining us today for another episode of Real Tough Talk. I'm Stephen J. I'm here with my co-host Ghost, and we're excited to get into this next week of UFL football.
Yeah, we're getting into the latter half of the season. Now these games mean that much more because now it determines the seeding of the teams, who's going to play each other in the playoffs. It means a lot to win these games right now.
Well, as far as the vote is going, we got Ghost with a slight lead over me. You know, unfortunately.
Slight? Hold on. Let's not use the word slight. I think it's a big lead right now. A lot of people favor me over you, just admit it. But one person that really emphasized that he's for you all the way is Rico of YMM. And I respect that. He's going to ride with you no matter what. That's what's up. Even though y'all have a love-hate relationship on the field, you know. But I respect that. You know, somebody has to vote for you sometime.
Well, that's for him. But we have Chuck, Mr. Carver, saying, quote, "I am a human and I have kids, so I am a man. LOL. I think Ghost is a better co-host because he does so much more. But Stephen J is funnier and doesn't hold his tongue. He also wrote better looking, but he decided to delete it."
Of course, yes.
Up there, which I respect that, Chuck. Thank you. He also said, and this is the very important part, there's a lot of good teams in this league, but let's see when it counts who steps up. Regular season is that, regular season. But it does give you an easier road to the chip. So as you can see, Chuck has always been a playoff guy, worrying about the chips, never really worrying about the regular season. And I have to agree with him. So we're going to get that out of the way. We're going to jump into the game. We're going to let Dawn tell us who's not here today.
This is Dawn with the weekly player status report. For Carver Mob, all players are present and accounted for. For Woodlawn, Shane will not be here for unknown reasons. Nothing else to report. Back to you, Jay.
As you see, Shane is missing. And since Shane been missing from this Woodlawn team, the offense has struggled significantly.
Yes, and the reason why they struggle, not necessarily because he's the only person that can move the offense, but he stretches out the defense. When they have to worry about him going deep all the time and getting behind the defenders, that's when they have to stretch out the defense to cover the deep man. Now they can dump off short passes. They can divide the between the offense. Woodlawn can actually spread the ball easier. So without your deep threat, you don't have no way to get off the defense to respect your deep game. Now they can just cover on the short, and now you have nowhere to go.
And Danny from Carver definitely was looking for this guy because Danny is very, very, very aware of what's going on every team he plays. And he watched the films. He kind of understands what Shane does. So he couldn't wait for the challenge to be able to shut this guy down. Like Danny's his numbers are not off the charts, but he's the one that puts this defense together. Carver has several shutouts today this season, including them getters, and that guy definitely has the troops in the right place for guys like Avido. Am I saying his last name right?
Yes.
Can have the season he's having. That kid definitely should make the All-Star. He's definitely overrated. And when you have a underrated, I mean, we have a player like Danny leading the defense, who he takes very pride in that defense. Definitely, you can see it shown on the field. So we're gonna jump in the game right now and see what happens. On the first play, right away, you're gonna see Chuck throw deep to Dennis in the slot for the touchdown, putting Carver up 6-zip. A lot of people say Carver don't go downfield. Chuck's not a downfield thrower. He's able to do it here with the touchdown.
Pretty much when he sees it, he goes for it. That's pretty much what it is. If it's not necessarily he's going to chop up the field, he doesn't go for it. He's not like certain guys who have habits of going downfield throughout the game. If he sees it, he's definitely going to make the throw, and he does here.
Gerard is going to follow it up now. He got the ball for Woodlawn. Gerard, the quarterback of Woodlawn, is going to throw it past 2 red across the middle for the first down. Then Gerard's going to throw to a wide open Kenny on the sideline, but it's going to be incomplete because Kenny stopped running. Gerard on the next play is going to throw to Red on the sideline, but it's going to be intercepted by Joey. Turnover, give the ball back to Carver. Joey left violators, went to play with Carver, playing pretty decent role. He's a role player. He's not a superstar, but he's a role player. He has a lot of toughness, and he definitely helps in there with this turnover.
And this was a way to stop Woodlawn early from making any moves to the end zone. What a great play by Joey. Reading that pass is able to come and take it out of nowhere. That's the type of role play you need, making plays when it matters.
Carver's not going to be able to do anything with the ball. They're going to end up turning it over. Woodlawn is going to end up giving the ball back on a punt. On the next series, Chuck is going to throw a short to Alvaro, who runs it for extra yards, and Chuck is going to follow it up one play later with a touchdown pass to Choker, taking us into the half, 13-0 Carver. Once again, we see this Woodlawn offense very flat, not giving us nothing, and Chuck doing what Chuck do, putting up points.
And that's pretty much all they're gonna do. I mean, they've been looking for their main guy on offense, which was Shane. He's absent again, so now they have nobody to threaten them deep. So now there's nobody to stretch the defense, like I said. So all they're doing is covering up the gaps, keeping guys from going short, and making the plays right when they can get to it. That's why Joe was able to get that pick in this game.
Second half, pretty much going to be the same on Woodlawn's first series. Gerard is going to overthrow Red this time, cutting from the right, and Woodlawn's going to have to punt on this series. Carver's going to get the ball back, and they're going to get stopped trying to go for the first down. It's going to be a turnover, giving the ball back to Woodlawn. Woodlawn's going to be able to drive all the way down to the 6-yard line, but on 4 runs, Gerard gets rid of the ball, and it's going to be intercepted here by Alvaro, who runs all the way back for the touchdown, giving Carver the 19-0 lead. Look at this play by Alvaro. You see how he gets in front of the ball, he gets it, goes down the field for his second interception run back in 2 weeks for the touchdown. This kid is definitely an all-star, showing his worth for this team, playing very well this year.
It looks like every year somebody steps up on Carver's defense or offense and has a big year. This year it looks like Alvaro is having a big year this year on defense and on offense. He shows that he's a capable defender, able to read the offense and able to take the ball all the way back for 6. Great play by Alvaro.
Gerard is going to get protection. He's going to throw a pass for Reds for a nice gain. 2 plays later, Woodlawn is going to get to the 3-yard line, and Gerard is going to end up getting sacked by Lou to end the game, 19-0. Carver with the big win. Carver's doing what Carver does. They beat who's in front of them. It doesn't matter if they score 40 or 19 like they did this game. It doesn't matter if Chuck throws 1 touchdown like he did last week, but they scored 2 touchdowns on 2 pick-sixes. This team gets it done. They're not dominating nobody, but they didn't dominate last year and they won the championship.
Pretty much they're just here to get the job done. Like we used to talk about with Chuck, they don't really worry about the regular season. All they do is they come out and they get the job done. No flashiness, just here to play their game. Everybody comes out and does their job, and they come up with a win. That's the whole game plan for Carver.
And now this Woodlawn team has lost 3 in a row. We've seen them take off and fly out the gates. We saw them play very well, and now we've seen them losing, but they have struggled without Shane playing. They got to get this guy back in the lineup, because without him to stretch the field and make the plays he does, I don't think this team is going to be able to really go to the next level in the playoffs.
And it kind of looks like that. It's unfair to say that they have nobody else. We're not saying that they don't have nobody else. But
well, Red is a good player also,
yes.
But I think Shane is their main
Yes, they
guy.
have Red, they have Kenny, they have a couple of other guys that make plays. But when you don't have the guy, your main offensive threat, that makes your offense that much weaker, and the defense is able to pick up everybody else. So that's why they need him that much more. Without him, they don't have a deep threat for Gerard to throw to.
They got to get it together. I'm going to call a spade a spade. They can't beat big teams. So it's like, what do? They lost to Carver. They lost to Rep City. You can't say that you want to win a championship and you're an elite team and you can't beat these teams in front of you. These are teams you have to beat. And I'm very disappointed in what this team showed, because I was a fan early because they were a new team and they were showing what they can do in this league, and now they seem to regress now. Very disappointed in this team.
Well, it all comes down to who they play. When it comes to
who they play?
No, listen, it always comes down to...
They need a big team, a little team to beat up on.
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, when it comes to playing a team like Carver, this is where they get tested.
But you might have to meet this team in the playoffs.
But that's
so what do you
the point.
test us, that you can't score?
I mean, there's nothing else to say. Obviously, they didn't play the way they needed to in this game. They don't have everybody showing up. They don't have anybody stepping up. So this is what's going to happen. This is the same thing that happened when they played the Violators. They didn't look good against the Violators as well. So is this the way they're going to finish off the season? Are they going to play the same way in the playoffs? Only they can answer that question.
We're going to have to see what happens next week, but I think they need to get a Sandlot team to beat up on, because it seems like that's the only team they can beat, because when they play elite teams, it seems like they take a step back. And I don't understand, as Shane, as a superstar, all-star, as he's going to be, not to show up to these games where Danny definitely was basically calling them out. Danny called out Shane. Where are you? We're going to lock you up. Shane didn't show up. I guess he didn't get the memo. We're going to have to see what happens next week.
Go.
For both Browns and Street Fam, all players are here and ready to play. Nothing else to report. Back to you, Jay.
Next game up, we have the Browns versus Street Fam. The Browns are coming off of a big win where Reggie made his return through 3 touchdown passes. Looked very well. And Street Fam's coming off of a boneheaded loss.
Yeah.
That I killed the team. I definitely killed the team. I said that there was boneheads. You know, remember, it's nothing personal, it's all football, so let's not do the mushy stuff. They should have kept Sarge. That's what I said. Sarge is the type of quarterback that needs to play with athletes. This team has athletes. And I thought Spaz was a good tight end. And I figured, you know, 2 and 2 is 4. They didn't like it. They didn't agree with it. It doesn't matter to me what they did. They have to prove me wrong. And we're going to see in the game if they can prove me wrong. I don't know if they're capable of proving me wrong, though.
Well, I've been a fan of these guys since they were Rick Squad a couple years back. I feel like even though they didn't always play as a top team, you know, on paper, they were always a team that played with heart. They always never gave up. They always played, no matter who they played against, they always gave them 100%. And that's what makes me a fan. They had a lot of talented players on their team, but they always played together as a team. When they played, they either won as a team or they lost as a team. And that's the type of football I like to see.
Play the Violins. At the end of the day, they're an elite team. They made a bonehead move. They got rid of Stars. They made a bonehead move. They lost last week on the game that they should have won. We're going to see if they're going to make a bonehead move this game. We're going to start off first with the first play. Trev blitzing and stops the run by Shaw for a nice loss with a nice hit by Trev. Street Fam's going to have a nice drive to get to the red zone in 4 plays. Spaz is going to throw it to Shaw in the back of the end zone. It's going to be tipped and picked off by Trevor to give the Browns back the ball. Trevor's been playing great. This guy definitely got Puka type numbers, and he's very much a contender to win that MVP.
When you see that Puka didn't have the same numbers as last year, you would think, well, where the Browns are going to be? Trev stepped up and covered those numbers that Puka didn't get. So this one guy that looks like he's definitely an all-star, maybe even an MVP this year, the way he's playing.
Reggie's going to get the ball back and throw a nice pass to the receiver in the middle. Then he's going to follow up with a nice pass to Wise, who runs it for a few extra yards. Reggie's going to throw a short pass to 50, but it's going to be a nice diver into it by Preach, and that's definitely a top 5 nominee. And we've heard, you know, from an unknown source that Reggie's back to being old Reggie. He's not listening. He's not following directions. Reggie's doing what Reggie wants to do. As you can see, he stared down the receiver on this play. Preach was able to jump and get the interception. And people are saying that Reggie's doing the same thing he used to do. He think he can carry a team by himself, and that's when he tends to make these mistakes.
And if anybody remembers last year, when Preacher was on Animal Planet, this looks like the same exact play, where Preacher read the play all the way and just jumped and took it. What a nice interception again by Preacher. It seems like every time he plays against Reggie, he gets at least 1 pick off for him. So that's another play where he was able to read the play. Reggie telegraphed it, and it ends up being an interception.
We're still at a zip tie, and Street Fam's not able to capitalize on Preacher's interception. They're going to have to punt. Reggie's going to throw a nice pass to Weeze in the middle. Try to get the ball to Wise in the end zone, but it's going to be knocked away by Jason, turning the ball over. That's a bad throw by Reggie. Got to make the better throw. Wise is not 6'5". Got to bring the ball back. Wise is not a guy who's going to jump out the gym. You get him the ball down low, he can make a catch. Anything high is not going to catch. It's too high for him, especially with a bigger defender.
And sometimes you got to hit him on the route. You can't just wait for him to get open. Sometimes you have to make sure that the ball is getting there where he's going to be. Because if not, the defender's going to be able to make a play on him when he's sitting there waiting for the ball to come to him. So that's what happened with Jason coming in and making a great play on that.
Spaz is going to get the ball back and throw a great pass to Jason for the slant and a big gain and the first down. Then Spaz is going to follow up 3 plays later with a touchdown pass to Breezy in the end zone. Chris/Breezy to give Street Fam a 6-0 lead. Street Fam is up. I guess they want to shut me up this game. They're playing very good ball. You know, they're not running around the gym, but they're slowing the game down. Spaz making some decent throws. He capitalized here with a touchdown.
Actually, they're doing the exact opposite. They're speeding the game up.
No, I'm talking about numbers-wise. They're speeding it up. When we see them get to the red zone, not able to score. So let's not give them, you know, the trophy.
The point is they were able to score here.
Yeah, they ran the Philadelphia Eagles.
But the thing is, they didn't give up on the hurry-up offense, and they were able to score on it. They didn't think that it was able to scrap it. It didn't work. They saw something in the defense of the Browns on a hurry-up offense. They decided to go with it again, and they're able to put up 6 here.
And this is the problem. That's the weakness. The Browns are a very structured defense, and they follow the direction of Jingo. If you speed it up and don't give him a chance to adjust that defense, this is what happens. Great touchdown play, giving them the lead. Reggie's going to get the ball back and throw a short pass. He's going to be knocked away by Chris/Breezy. Then he's going to follow up with a short throw to Puka, who's going to get a few yards. Then he's going to follow up by getting sacked by Milo, the former defensive player of the year. Big sack, causing the Browns to have to punt.
And this is why he shows why he deserved the defensive player of the year. Getting a sack right when they need to and cause the drive to end. This is when you make key plays. That's what a defensive player of the year is all about.
Street Fam is going to get the ball, but they're going to get stopped, taking this into the half, 6-0. What do you see the first half from Street Fam? They got a 6-0 lead, but they have been having the Browns on the hill with this hurry offense. And we see Reggie put up 3 touchdowns last week, none in the first half this week.
I feel like right now, Street Fam they have something here with that hurry-up offense. And not only that, Spaz is actually making more accurate throws. He's actually making the smarter throws. He's actually able to move the ball. You've seen it, even though they turned over the ball the first drive. It wasn't a bad drive. It was just one play that was made by the Browns that stopped them. But they're looking good out there. They're looking the best they've ever looked, and they need to keep this up.
Second half, Browns going to get the ball, and they're going to give Reggie some time after they get Street Fam blitzes. Reggie gets time, he throws a nice pass to 50 for a nice game and the first down. And they're going to follow it up 2 plays later with Reggie throwing a touchdown pass to Banks, tying the game up 6-6. When you give Reggie time, he can make things happen. He makes it happen here, touchdown.
Maybe this is when the Browns start to take the game over. Now they're able to get their offense going. They're able to make the plays that they know that they usually make. So maybe they're going to run off with this game. It's up to Street Fam's defense to tell us where this game is going to go.
Street Fam moves the ball on the next series, and on 4th down they do a hurry-up offense. And Spaz throws a screen to Shaw and has nice blocking on the sideline. Shaw's going to run it in for a touchdown, 12-6. Great play by this Street Fam team. Spaz is really coming at me here. Great blocking. Browns play lazy. I think they play lazy on this. They expect the shot to get a few yards out of bounds. Look at this play. Whose fault is it?
I feel it's the whole Browns. They're not taking the team that they're playing against seriously. And that's the thing. This Street Fam team came to win. They came to play. So you got to take every opponent that you play against seriously. It didn't look so here. Street Fam was able to run a play that they've been trying to run since they played the Sleepwalkers, and it actually worked. It works again against the Browns because they end up sleeping on it. Ironically, we use that same word.
Right.
But then again, that was a great decision to go for that play, knowing that they're going to catch them sleeping, and it gets up 6 points for them.
Browns are going to get the ball back, and on 4th down, Reggie's going to throw a pass to Preacher, over Preacher, to 50 in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. Reggie goes on 4th down, goes right after Preacher, throws a great pass over his head. Because of miscommunication, he finds 50 in the end zone for the touchdown, 13-12. I think Street Fam needs to slow down and celebrate it.
And this is when you say, no matter what you say bad about Reggie, he's able to make throws like this. What an accurate throw.
Yeah.
The defense had no way to make a play on it. perfect pass to 50. You can't ask for better throws than that. And once Reggie's able to make throws like this, it's hard to beat this Browns team.
Spaz is going to get the ball back, and on first down throws deep to Shaw, who makes the catch and runs it in for the touchdown. 20-13, great play. They're going to get the 2-point conversion. What a great play by this team. He's shutting me up. No matter what happens, he makes the plays. This hurry-up offense got the Browns on the heels. Street Fam takes the lead.
And one thing we haven't really been talking about is how well Shaw has been playing this game.
Yes.
He's scored 2 of their touchdowns so far. Well, yes, 2 touchdowns so far. I feel like he's been doing this on every team he played against, including Carver on that game that they did lose to. But Shaw is big. Their money maker right now. With a pitch play and with this deep touchdown pass, Shaw looks like he's doing it against everybody.
Remember, Street Fam is up 20-13 now. Reggie's gonna throw a nice pass to Weezy in the gap, and then he's gonna throw a short pass to Pook on the sideline, which is going to be dropped. That's going to take us a 4th and long. And Reggie's going to make a laser throw in the middle of the end zone for the touchdown. Great throw by Reggie. Finding nothing in front of the end zone. Laser throw, great throw.
And like we said before, Reggie's one of the main people that can make throws like this. And that's why you can never count him out of the game. When he sees his receiver open, certain plays you only see him making on this great throw. This is right when they need to. And maybe Reggie's trying to, starting to figure out, trying to get his stride going. This is trouble for Street Fam.
They're down 20-19 though, Browns, and they select to go for 2. Rather than the tie, they're going for the win. And Reggie's going to call a hype, looks around, and look at this great throw, finding Wise, the veteran, in the corner for the extra 2-point conversion. 21-20. I play with Wise. I've seen him catch these passes. He was open all day. Reggie finally was able to connect with him in the end zone. Great 2-point conversion, great throw, great play, and I think Street Fam's done.
And this is one play that Street Fam did not need. There was certain plays where they went for 2-point conversions and stuff like that. They missed one early. It hurts them now because now they're down by 1 point. Maybe this is what seals the deal for this game and gives Browns the win. This is something that they couldn't afford.
Definitely couldn't afford. Like I said, that's a great play. We're going to hear the emotion right now. Hear the guys going crazy. Because right now, game's over. Browns definitely going to win this 21-20. But you got to play the game out. Street Fam's going to get the ball back. Street Fam's going to drive down the field. On 4th down, Spaz at the Browns 20-yard line. Spaz is going to throw it up in the end zone. Game is over. It's tipped. But it's going to be caught by Shy for the touchdown. 26-21. Street Fam takes the lead. Wow.
And for some reason, it seems like this ball finds Shy no matter where it's at. They tip the ball. First of all, if you look at the play, it looks like the defense got caught sleeping on this play as well. Because the only 2 players I was able to put up to get their hands on the ball was Puka and Trev. 2 of their shorter players.
Right.
They had Weez in the vicinity, but he wasn't able to make a play on it, and that's why they were able to tip it.
And Weez was put in on this play to knock this ball down, doesn't do it, costs them a touchdown, and that is something that I hope Jingle got on them about, because you're the tallest man on the field, and you can't make this play.
And the safer thing about it is you're supposed to get in the middle of that and even try to catch it. Sometimes it's better to catch the ball rather than tip it because it gives.
Maybe the air is different at his height. Maybe, he got air sick, because he's tall.
Yeah.
And maybe, he got nauseous or something like that, because he must have forgot he was playing a football game.
Yeah.
And he's out there to stop the play. And what do? You give up the same play you're there to stop. Yeah, that's really good.
But
what?
Not to take anything away from Street Fam, Shaw's able to find the ball.
Yeah.
It comes right to him. He's able to make the catch. What a big touchdown that they needed when they thought that the game was over. We thought that the game was over. Now they're up in the lead. Now it's up to Reggie and the Browns to drive down the field to try to score one last touchdown.
Reggie's going to try to get the ball, and he's going to get blitzed by Preacher and sacked by Milo to end the game. Reggie doesn't even get the ball off. He's going to get a sack. Didn't even give his guys a chance for a Hail Mary throw. Nothing. Going to take the sack. I guess they didn't want to throw into and tarnish his numbers. I don't know why would you not throw this ball, but it's going to be intercept. It's going to be sacked. End of the game. 26-21, Street Fan with the big upsetting win on one of the biggest upsets in UFL history.
And in all honesty, me being a fan of them, they even proved me wrong. Because I didn't think that they had it in them to win this game after the Browns went up with that great throw to Nut. And that two-point conversion to me is what sealed the deal. I feel like, what are you chewing right now?
Well, I'm eating my words. Because of the stuff I was talking about with Spaz. I had no thought in my mind that this scene.
How does it taste?
You know, I talk a lot. So my words are very big. And right now, hopefully I don't have to go through this much during the season. Because usually I'm right on these players. But I have to say this one I got wrong. I got to bow down to this team. We're going to go to the interview with Spaz. I know he's hyped. You got to interview him. Let's see what happens.
What's going on, people? This is Ghost, and I'm here with Spaz, QB of Street Fam, with a big win against the Browns. Upset win, I would say, and I'm about to ask you a few questions about that. Spaz, first of all, congratulations on that win.
Thank you. You know, first thing, Jay, I love it, baby. You talking all that smack. I shut you up today. Street Fam shut you up today. Let's see what you got to say.
We won Sarge! We won Sarge!
Oh yeah, what happened? We
won
Sarge!
Sarge!
Right? Spaz is not a quarterback. Spaz can't throw. Yeah, big upset today, man.
All right, let me ask you one thing. I have to, before talking about this win, I have to talk about the game before that.
Oh God.
Okay. That win, you were supposed to have that win. That one play kind of threw you out of whack. What was the difference between this team that played, including you, and the team that played today?
Last week, you know, we made a bonehead move. You know, we gave up the game because that's what we did. We gave it up. This week, you know, I told my guys, listen, what happened last week is in the past. Let's move forward and start fresh. That's what we did. We started fresh. We came out here with the mentality that we're better than what we're showing. And we know we're better than what we're showing because we're a good team. We got pieces. We just got to put it together and play to the best of our abilities.
Now, the hurry-up offense that you decided to do, what made you decide to use the hurry-up offense throughout the game?
Well, once we saw that, you know, the Browns was having a little trouble with the hurry-up, we just had to stick to it. That was the game plan, stick to it, make them uncomfortable. Because once the Browns is comfortable, there's no beating them. You make them uncomfortable, that's how you win the game.
Okay. Now, throughout the game, there was some, you know, kind of mishaps on your defense, and the Browns were able to get in. What made you decide to go for one of those Hail Marys and think that you was going to get it?
Well, you know, it was just, I have faith in my players. I trust my players, throw it up and they go get it. That's it. I believe in my players, and that's what drove us to this one.
And did you think that you would have been able to play a game like this and upset the Browns straight from the beginning?
From the beginning.
I don't want to sound cocky, but I hit Preacher up during the week and I told him I feel the upset. If we play to the best of our abilities, we could beat anybody. And we came out here and played to the best of our abilities. A little miscues, but we played a hell of a game. Not taking nothing for the Browns. The Browns is a hell of a team, you know, but we just played to the best of our abilities and came out on top.
Okay, last question. Do you think that you can keep this momentum going? You had an okay game against Rep City. You come up with the win this game against the Browns. Do you think you can keep this momentum going throughout the rest of the season?
I believe in my team. I believe in my team. We got high hopes. We're going to keep it pushing.
All right. Thank you, Spaz.
Thank you for having me. Jay, you already know, man.
And what can you say? This is what the UFL is all about. These type of wins, this type of energy, this type of opportunity. Anybody can win at any time. And Street Fam definitely shows it with a big upset on the Browns.
And like I said, it's because no matter what team they play against, they play hard. They don't show any type of fear on the team that they play against. And they play the best that they can. Sometimes they come up short. Sometimes they don't play as well. But they always play hard. And sometimes that gets you wins. That gets you the ability to defeat the team no matter who they are. And that's a proof in it. It's in the pudding today. They were able to play hard. They're able to not give up on their style of play. And they comes up with a win here. When everybody else doubted them, they win.
Well, they're going to take that with them because now they're going to feel like they can beat any team. Browns is definitely a good team. They're definitely the Eastern Conference defending champs. You know, they didn't win a championship last year, but they were the best team in the East. And when you lose to a team like Street Fam, who don't feel like they have anything to lose, that's going to be definitely one. I don't think it's a big hit to the Browns' ego. I think they have problems because I'm hearing Reggie doesn't listen. Reggie does what Reggie wants to do, and he doesn't follow the plays. And if he continues to do that, this team's going to be one and done in the playoffs. They definitely are going to be a lock to make the playoffs, but they may be one and done. And I think they're lucky that we don't have the 2 games in one day this year, because they would be in trouble because they do not have the top seed. Right now,
no.
That's secured by Generals and Raw.
Yes, they dropped down to 3rd.
Right, so they're lucky because that would make them have to play 2 games in one day. But that's it. We don't even know how the division will go if they lead in the division.
I'm not going to go on Reggie and the offense all the way. This is a sign that shows that the Browns have a weakness.
The Browns have a weakness. You can rush their defense. Yes, the Philadelphia Eagles, Chip Kelly rush offense. Yes, it works. But Reggie got to put up points.
Yes, so
you can't struggle to score.
Listen,
Street Fam does not got a great defense.
No, they don't.
And they struggled to score no points in the first half. Reggie had a big talk how the game wasn't fun. And well, you're making the game not fun. Do what you do. You're a veteran. You should be embarrassed that this team beat you. Not taking up for Street Fam any given Sunday, but you should be embarrassed. I didn't see no Puka. You know, Wise had a few catches, but he's a veteran. He's supposed to be leading this team, and it all goes under Jingo.
Now you're hitting on my point. I'm saying the whole team should be embarrassed because this is not the same Browns defense that I'm used to seeing. Hurry up offense or not, they're supposed to be able to be to lock up whatever offense comes on the field. We used to see that. We're not seeing it now. We're seeing them tie with Riot Squad without a quarterback. We're seeing them barely beat Reckless. Exactly. So my point is, now their whole team needs to buckle up and fix these mistakes. Because now they're not looking like the Browns that went to the championship last year.
Well, remember, the UFL is a copycat league, and everybody's going to try to attack it the same way. And what these teams need to know is stop with the spread formation against speed defenses. If you have a speed defense, get it out of your ego to try to beat them one-on-one. Use your crossing routes, use your overload, use your straight line plays. You got to mix them up. It's just the same way that I see YMM lose a championship game to underrated because they attempted to beat them with speed. No, you overload. You let your guy help you get open. That's how you win a championship. That's how I won a championship with Rebels. We sat down and we helped each other get open. When you play a Carver doesn't have a great defense. Alvado's playing out of his mind right now. But if you get them in space, you move them around, you overload, you know who to match up, you win games. We do this show on purpose for you to see what to do and how to do it. Street Fan with a big upset win, and the Browns got to look at this stuff and say, who are we? We look like the team we looked like in 1-6-1 when we lost to Carver.
Wow.
That's what they look like right now. And Reggie looked just the same way because you can't go from throwing 3 touchdowns to struggling to score against his team. But I'm not going to put it all on him because at the end of the day, he put up 21 points and his Browns defense was caught off by a younger, hungry offense. And that is on them. They need to step it up. Mr. MVP, I didn't see anything. Lead your troops. You are the MVP of the league. You're the best player in the UFL. Lead your troops. It's not all about your talent. You got this guy, Trev, who's a great player. I didn't see Darnell needs to do something. This defense got caught off guard, and I hope they feel this loss for the whole week because they deserve to lose this game. And Street Fam went out and took this one from them.
Exactly. They know, now they know how it feels to really lose. This is a loss that they need to consider. It's actually worse than the Carver loss, in my opinion. Because this is a game, when you look at the numbers and the guys they have on their team, this is a game that they shouldn't have lost.
And Street Fan went right at them.
Exactly.
That's how you punch the ball in the face.
So now,
go right at
everybody's going to take that same mentality and go straight at shot. Now you have to play. Let's see if they can.
And I think that they just lost Jingo Coach of the Year. Because now you barely beat Reckless. They picked up Manny. Manny's gone. That's on Jingo. You barely beat Riot Squad. You won on the tie. That was Reckless. That was listen, they barely beat Riot.
They didn't beat them.
They barely they won on they tied.
Yes.
So they didn't win. That's on Jingo. He thought Puka was gonna win him a championship. bad idea. Just strike one against them. They barely beat Reckless. He had Manny as a starter. Manny threw 4 picks. Then Manny leaves. That's strike 2 on Jingo. And now you lost to a riot squad when an offense showed you a different way. You're supposed to be the mastermind behind everything. Didn't work today. Now you got to go to the drawing board because everybody's coming after you now. Everybody. You need to talk to Reggie. You need to find out what's going on. You need to let that defense know you were disrespected because you faced the offense that wasn't scared of you.
Exactly. Now it's up to them to figure this out.
And Street fans is playing with house money. They got nothing to lose. Why? Go out, make the playoffs. Everybody's going to work because they're going to see this game. So that being said, we're going to wrap this game up and get to the next one. Great game by Street Fam. I will give Spaz and the Street Fam guys my personal gratitude.
Gratitude?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gracious towards them.
You're glad for them?
Yes.
Okay.
What's my gratitude? Because they did what I was hoping they were going to do. Because I was hoping they would win this game. I was cheering for them.
That's what I was trying to get. I was trying to get out of you. I was trying to make sure that that's what you wanted to say.
Okay, I'm lying. I don't have gratitude. I wasn't cheering for them.
No,
I thought they were going to lose this game. No way. But instead of gratitude, because I'm not going to lie and take credit that I don't deserve, I'm going to give them my respect. And I definitely would stay off of them this week.
Just this week.
Just this week. They get it.
You got to see how they play.
They get my salute. Let's see if Spaz can prove me that he's a quarterback. We're going to have to see it the rest of the season. Next game up is, I would say, a rivalry game, YMM versus House Gang. YMM been battling with House Gang since House Gang basically were playing with LPAC. They have a nice little rivalry. I don't think it's on the same level because both teams are not elite as they was when the previous rivalry started. But both teams, you know, I wouldn't say that they dislike each other, but they want to beat each other like two brothers, you know, wanting to beat up on each other when they play.
And I feel like they respect each other. They're always in competition with each other. And like you said, they always want to come up with the victory against each other, you know? So that whenever they play each other, especially, you know, Swag and Rico and the guys, they know each other, they respect each other, but they want to beat each other all the same. And this game doesn't make any difference.
Well, that being said, we're going to go to Dawn and see who's not here.
For YMM, everyone is present, ready to play. For House Gang, Moses does not be here for personal reasons. Nothing else to report. Back to you, Jay.
As you can see, House Gang is missing Moses, and I think that's a big part of their offense. Like I said, Sarge struggles with an offense that's not athletic. That's why we've seen them be successful with Street Fam when they face Carver and less successful with this House Gang transition because House Gang got possession receivers, not really athletes.
They pretty much, they don't have people that can go up and get the ball. You know, whenever Sarge needs a bailout sometimes quarterbacks do need that. A confidence builder, I would say. They don't have that on House Gang. House Gang is an up-and-coming team. They kind of fell backwards. So now they're actually, I would say, on a rebuilding phase.
Well, they are rebuilding. They had the top defense last year. They lost all those pieces. Unfortunately, we don't give draft picks here. But this is a team that you may want to be a part of because they're trying to build. They definitely have guys that play. Because right now, you know, they're fighting to get that last spot. They still mathematically have an opportunity to win, to get in the playoffs. But they're going to give every effort to play every week. They don't care about their record. They care about respect. And they're going to be out here fighting every game. I was told they will not drop out. They're going to play. And this is a team that I wouldn't want to face because they're playing with the house money. As soon as they get it together, you may get an upset.
And like you said, they're playing pretty much with nothing to lose. So now they have everything to gain. And that's some of the worst teams you can play against. But at the end of the day, I feel this team is only go as far as Sarge takes them. Because now the quarterback has to step up and make the plays for this team, meaning to get the offense going. It's all on the quarterback now. And we'll have to see if Sarge can do that here.
We're going to jump in the game right away. And Sarge is going to, on this drive right here, you're going to see Sarge throw deep to Eric. And the play is going to almost be picked off by Rico. And I want you to watch this play right here because I looked at this play. If you look at the play, Eric is going to have a step in the middle of doing a slant. And if you look right here, is the gap where Sarge should deliver the ball. But Sarge does not throw the ball because Sarge does not have a strong arm. He's a more touch quarterback. He can be accurate, but he doesn't have a strong arm. So he does not throw the ball when he's supposed to. Because he waits and then tries to force the ball, it's almost intercepted by Rico, which is the problem with Sarge. When you have a quarterback like Sarge, you gotta know the personnel, which is why we see his numbers drop dramatically since he joined this team. And that's gonna turn the ball over and give the ball to House Gang. I'm sorry, gonna give the ball to YMM. On fourth down, Nelson's gonna throw short to Mike, who runs into the sideline for a nice first down. Great play. Then Nelson didn't like what I said about him, you know, and he's, I would say, Caesar's slowing down the offense for him, a little more checkdowns, trying to get him not to go for the home run, and I think that's the type of play Nelson needs in order to gain confidence in order to be successful. And you see him pick up the first down here.
I mean, it seems like you're making a habit to have quarterbacks get upset with you, you know? Now they have to prove themselves every time you say something bad about them. And who's next? I mean, this week, are you going to pick somebody you're going to get upset?
Well, you guys got to understand, you know, no disrespect to the BQFL.
Of course not.
No disrespect to Friday Night Lights. No disrespect to LES. But this is what we do. And I'm going to give you as close as to the NFL experience as I can give you. And I'm going to say all the things that the media would say. That's who I am. I'm the media. And if I see something that's not working, I'm going to attack you on it. I'm going to talk about it. If I see something that is, I'm going to praise you for it. So if you can't deal with that, you don't need to be here because anybody can get it. Now, Nelson's going to throw short to Pude. Got it right. Here we go. In the red zone to move the ball. Then Nelson's going to throw low to Rico for the incomplete and the turnover on downs. As you can see, Nelson had Rico. He got to put the ball where Rico can get it. He didn't, and they're going to get stopped. That throw's on Nelson. Got to make that throw after a drive like that, especially.
And it's drives like this when you see what works and what didn't. Hopefully he can fix it and make a better job next week. Hopefully they can do better next series. And maybe they come up with 6 points next time because they had it in this drive.
Next drive, House Gang has the ball, and on fourth down, Sarge is going to throw an interception to Mike. This is a bad throw by Sarge. Him and his receivers are not on the same page. I don't see it working. I think they probably need to scrap the Sarge idea because this team is not made for each other.
Scrap what? It's too late now.
Well,
they're stuck with each other.
They can still make the playoffs, and they still have Shaq as the other quarterback.
True.
So we're going to have to see how that goes. On the next series, Nelson's going to throw to Rico, who's going to run for a nice, decent gain. And on fourth rush, Nelson's going to run it all the way to the 1 yard line. On fourth down, Nelson's going to throw to Jeremy in the back of the end zone. Storm is going to have contact with him, and the ball is going to leave Jeremy's hands when he hits the ground, and the pass is ruled incomplete, turnover on downs. And like they say in the NFL, when there's contact and any time a receiver goes to the ground, you must maintain possession of the ball throughout the fall. Unfortunately, Eric got in the way, and we can't see the complete possession of the ball, but we can see the ball out of Jeremy's hands once he hits the ground, which is why I was ruled an incomplete pass.
And I feel like going by that, sometimes, you know, the plays are close, but it looks like he didn't have the ball when he was on the ground. Even if he thought he had it and let the ball go, that's not always a good idea because sometimes that can be ruled against you when the ref is ruling a catch or not. So it's safer to just hold on to the ball throughout so that you can get the catch, a definite ruling for a catch. He doesn't hear, and unfortunately that catch is taken from him.
So right now this game is going slow. It's a zip tie, and Sarge on the one line is going to throw a screen to AJ. Horrible play call. I would not take a chance because if you drop the ball behind the line, it's going to be safety. If you get tagged behind the line, it's going to be safety. Why would you do that? Because Sarge is worried about the blitz. And if you're a veteran quarterback, you stock the line, and you stack the line, and you don't allow this team to blitz. They're a smaller team than you, and you trying to tell them you didn't have guys that can pick up the blitz. What happens? He throws a screen to AJ. Josh is going to make the tag in the end zone for the safety. 2-0. YMM. House Gang with the bonehead play of the week.
I mean, this was a play that shouldn't have happened. You shouldn't have made a decision that you think that this play was going to work. YMM was not going nowhere. They weren't going to be fooled by that play. And ultimately, you get caught behind for a loss and a safety. What were you even trying to do? You think that they were going to get yards on that play? Or was Sarge so afraid of the blitz that he was just trying to get rid of it?
And you can't put this on the offensive coordinators because Ty's a defensive coordinator. He's not an offensive guy. He doesn't call the plays, and they allow Sarge to do what he wants. So this is Sarge's play call. The offense believed in him, which the coaches, the captain Swagger and the coach Mike believed in his play. This is what he called safety. Bad play by Sarge, but like I said, he's not comfortable in this offense, so he doesn't know, what he has out there. And these are the plays he called. 2-0 just gives him momentum, putting him back in the game.
And this does not look good for Hart's game. This is another game where they start off bad, making bad decisions, not making the throws that they need. And all they're doing is giving YMM, who's not necessarily playing any better, a chance to start their offense and defense going. They're giving them a chance to get in rhythm. That's the worst thing you can do.
Nelson's going to follow it up. Now he got the ball. He's going to throw deep to open Rico in the end zone for the touchdown. Put them up 8-zip. Great throw by Nelson. Took his time in the beginning. Went downfield here. Scores a touchdown.
This was just a giveaway from House Gang, like we were just talking about. There's a possession that there's a possession that YMM didn't need. Now they were given the ability to get confidence back in their offense, to get a good drive going. Nelson is comfortable now. He's able to put 6 points up. This is trouble for House Gang because this is not something that you do. For YMM, it's looking good. Maybe they can capitalize on this and get their drives going more and more.
Sarge is going to throw a nice pass to Eric in the middle and follow it up with a touchdown pass to the JP, the All-Star. I think JP is going to make another All-Star. It's third in a row. Great play by JP, putting them back in the game, taking us at the half, 8-6.
If you notice a defense on the offense as soon as JP came in, now Sarge has a comfortable target to go to. JP is one guy that always makes sure that always manages to get open. He's not necessarily the fastest on the field, but he's able to find the gaps where he can get open, and that gives Sarge a comfort zone to throw to. And now you see Sarge able to put 6 points on the board. Now you see the difference makers. When Sarge has players that make plays, now Sarge is able to make plays himself.
Next series, Nelson's going to throw the second half. So now we're at halftime. Second half, 8-6. Nelson's going to throw a pass to Matrix in the end zone. It's going to be dropped. That's a disappointment because they didn't bring Matrix in for that. They bring Matrix in order to make plays. Unfortunately, he didn't make a play here. He makes a big drop. Big drop by him. Drop. I'm just saying because I don't usually see Matrix make these drops. He's there to lead the team. Doesn't make a play here.
And that just shows, there's still a lot of rust with Matrix. He hasn't played regularly this past couple years. I don't know if it's work or anything like that. He hasn't been here, so he still needs time in order for him to become the same Matrix that we remember, because right now he's not looking the same. It looks like he's worried about getting the team together.
Yeah, I think you're right.
He's taking a leader role a little too much, and now it's affecting this game. We've been seeing that all season, and now Matrix is affected by it as well. I don't want to throw that as an excuse. He just drops his pass here. That's on Matrix regardless of what you say.
On last down, Nelson throws to Jeremy, and the contact forces an incomplete pass, and it's a turnover on down. They saying it should have been a pass interference. What do you think? I think Storm got there on time. I don't think he was touching him. I think he went after the ball. That's another close thing between Storm and Jeremy this time. What do you think?
I mean, at the end of the day, it looked like a bang-bang play. It looked like he was going right for the ball. One arm while he was extended happened to go on Jeremy. Jeremy couldn't keep his balance because they're both going for the ball. That's not necessarily passing the first because you clearly see the defender going for the ball. Now, if he's attempting to make contact and knock the receiver down before he has a chance to get the ball, before the ball's in the vicinity, then that's definitely a flag. Obviously, the ball was there. Storm was trying to make a play on it. Jeremy falls on the play. You can't rule out a flag. It didn't look like it to me. It just looked like good defense by Storm.
That's going to remember, we got an 8-6 tie. 8-6 lead by YMM. Sarge's going to throw a nice pass to Danny. Then next pass is going to be tipped by Lulu, intercepted by Rico, who runs it all the way back for the touchdown. 16-6, YMM, Rico's third interception, run back for a touchdown. Great play by Rico.
And this looks like this is Rico's year. He had a great year when he first came into the UFL. His numbers kind of slowed down the next year when he started to step up as a captain, trying to get this team together. Now, he's able to play his game. He's looking much better out there, more dynamic defender, better decision to play as a middle linebacker.
Yeah.
He's able to roam a little bit more and play more like a safety in a linebacker position. and he's able to make great plays like this one here.
Sarge is going to get the next play. He's going to get the ball blocked by Lulu, and the second block pass by Lulu. Lulu's just knocking the ball all around. Lulu's playing great. Sarge tends to hold the ball sometimes, but it's not always his fault because his house game receivers don't realize it's only a 4-second count. The ball's going to be blocked down. And on this one, Sarge's going to throw an interception to Pude, giving the ball right back. Sarge's second interception of the day. Not looking good right now.
No. Right now, as you see, that's another thing to worry about as well. Throwing over Lulu, who's blocking passes. So that's another thing that you have to worry about. I feel like right now, Wyman is just playing very well. It's a little too much for Sarge, especially when you don't have another offensive threat like Moses out there. So now, Sarge has to make something happen. It looks like it doesn't look like he can right now.
Nelson's going to end up getting sacked by Little Dewey, the young rookie is coming on, playing a very good game. He's tall. He just got to get some cleats. But he's tall, he's got kind of speed, he can get there. He's playing very well so far. He's going to get the sack here. Forcing Wyman to punt. Sarge is going to get the ball back, and he's going to throw an interception to Rico to pretty much end the game. 16-6. Wyman is going to take this win. I'm not going to say it's a big win. You know, they should have won this game. But first, before I talk, let's go to Nelson's interview. And I'll break it down for you after that.
What's going on? This is Ghost. I'm here with Nelson, QB of YMM. They had a big win today against House Gang. Congratulations to y'all. Nelson, just one question. How y'all been looking throughout the season? Do you really think that this is a game that can make a difference going towards the end of the season?
I mean, thus far, we haven't been looking like, we haven't been playing YMM football, but I know we could turn it around. And after this win, I know this is going to take us to the right path. That's for sure. Okay. We got the talent. We got the talent. We just a lot of times we tend to lose our heads. We just got to play ball. Every time we do that, we ball good.
Okay, what led to the better decision making this game? You took your time. You read certain plays better. You found your receivers better, and you took sacks when you needed it to. What led you to better decision making in this game?
I was talking to a couple of vets. I was talking to my big bro. I was talking to KC. You know, even Chuck. I texted Chuck a couple times. They were telling me that I just gotta slow the game down. I'm trying to do too much out here because I know my bros, I know my family is expecting a lot from me. So sometimes I put a lot of pressure on my shoulders. I put a lot of weight on my shoulders. And today, I just went out there trying to play the right game because I know the defense is gonna hold me down.
Okay. Now, one thing that I'm gonna let you know, there's a lot of naysayers that say that Nelson shouldn't be the starter of this team, that he's not ready, that he's been trying to get ready for a long time, that, you know, they should go somewhere else. How do you feel about that? Do you feel that you should be the starter of this team? That you are the starter of this team?
Absolutely. Nobody better for this team than me. That's
Nobody.
I grew up with my brothers. You feel me? I know what everybody gonna do. You heard?
Nobody better.
You heard? After this season, I know we're gonna get in the playoffs hot. You feel me? And everybody gonna be scared of playoffs. That's a fact. You heard? And once I get it together, it's gonna be lit. I know I'm gonna get it together soon. True story.
Last question. How do you see yourself? Are you gonna play this style? This is gonna be your game, slowing down, reading the plays better. Is this gonna be the style that you're gonna have for this Wyman offense?
They watching that game?
Yes, sir. I'm gonna play small football. Every week, my mentality is gonna try to give us a win. How I'm gonna do that? By checking the ball down, taking what the defense is giving me. Feel me? I'm not gonna try to force anything. When the play presents itself, I'm gonna make the play, and that's it.
All right, thank you, Nelson.
No problem.
Big win today. Congratulations.
Thank you. YMM, you already know we coming. You heard?
All right, this is Ghost signing off.
He's right. He's confident. You know, and I always thought that Nelson puts too much pressure on himself. We're not going to get crazy because YMM has 2 wins. And 1 win is against the Gunners, where they had 6 interceptions. And the next win is against House Gang, where they had 3. Those are not going to always happen. But what I liked about it and what I give Nelson praise is he did a lot of checkdowns. He didn't force the ball. He threw it to the checkdown receivers, and that was a great idea by C's to make the offense a little bit easier. He's a young quarterback, not to force him to make big plays. When they have to punt, they punt it and allow Rico and his defense to make plays, and they're doing it.
Listen, this was, if any game was a game to realize your mistakes and what works and what doesn't, this was the game. This was pretty much, it's unfair to say a scrimmage game with House Gang because, you know, House Gang was playing like...
They play hard, though.
Yes, they did. But my point is, you don't want to start learning your lessons playing against IOD or the Browns or Carver or Violators. Those are not the times when you want to learn your lessons.
Right.
Because Violators not giving you no chance to do anything. Carver's not giving you no chance to do anything, as we saw when they played against them this year. This is a game where you have the opportunity to get your things, get your stuff together, to play well, and start to get your identity together. This was the game to do it. They do it here. Hopefully, they're able to carry this on to the other games going throughout the rest of the season, because this is a good style. They look good, and this is a way to move forward. Hopefully, they can carry this momentum and move forward with it.
And now we're gonna jump on House Gang. They don't have no wins. They can still make the playoffs. Because one of the games they have is against Sleepwalkers, who dropped out the league, which means they're gonna get a win. So right now, if they get that win and Gunners don't, they'll be tied with Gunners.
Listen, but I'm gonna say this right off the bat. One thing that I noticed in this game and throughout the season on House Gang is their offense struggles. And the thing about the offense, no matter what quarterback they have no basic route runners. They don't. No. And that's the thing. If you cannot have receivers that get open, that, you know, separates the defense, spreads them out, then who's the quarterback going to throw it to? So that it doesn't matter what quarterback you have out there, Sarge, Shaq, Mose, it doesn't matter who you have. The point is it's not working because they don't have no guys that run routes. They don't know how to get in the gaps, get open. So without that, what type of offense do you have?
You need a quarterback that can make up for what you're lacking on offense. And when you have an offense that's lacking talent, having a quarterback that needs talent in order to be successful is not a good remedy for success. So, Sarge is not a downfield guy. He's a chop up the field, get the ball to my guys that can make plays for me, and he's smart at calling plays. Shaq is the opposite. Shaq can go downfield at any time. Shaq is more emotional. He's going to let you know what it is. Sarge is an emotional leader, but he wasn't comfortable with this team yet. Let me give you Sarge's numbers. Sarge's game with Street Fan, he threw 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. He played 1 game versus Carver. His next few games with House Gang, 3 and 8. 3 touchdowns to 8 interceptions. Not good numbers at all. Terrible. He's going to end up 6 and 9. 6 touchdowns to 9 interceptions. Too many interceptions, but you can see the change. All of a sudden he throws 8 interceptions with House Gang, but he threw only 1. And I know it was more games with House Gang, but it seems like he was forced to do more things.
Pretty much the 3 touchdowns he had against House Gang, had with House Gang. In this many games,
he had 3.
He had 3 in 1 game combined against Carver Mob of all teams.
Exactly.
So my point is, at the end of the day, that just shows that with the loss of the talent, you see his numbers drop.
Right.
And is that showing that he's a quarterback that can take over a team and run the offense?
He needs to be on a team that has talent. That's his game. Listen, you gotta say what you are. You know, Phil Jackson is a head coach that needs to play with talent. He's not gonna coach the Knicks. You know, so Sarge is not that type of player. Shaq is. Shaq is going to use, and what I've been told, what I got today is House Gang officially released Sarge. They agreed to go both ways, separate ways. It was a mutual agreement that Sarge decided to rest up, call it a year, you know. And I figured that this was going to happen because this is not his team, this is not his guys, and they're losing. So he's coming all the way out here, and he figures for what? But House Gang is not going to close shop. They're going to have Shaq throw. And to me, I think Shaq is the better quarterback because he can make more plays with his arm than Sarge can. Shaq can make those that Sarge can't make. Is Shaq the savior? Absolutely not. This team has to rebuild. But, again, they need to figure out their identity. And they can't do that with Sarge because he does not fit into the system. They don't have a system, but when you have a system quarterback to a system that don't exist, you're going to have the record you have, which is the issue. So now, right now it looks like they have 2 All-Stars. Eric looks like he's going to make the All-Star game, and JP looks like he's going to make the All-Star game. This team can make the playoffs, and when Swagger gets back and Moses is here consistently, they can beat somebody. And all you got to do is make the dance, and you might take the girl home.
And that's all it is. It's all about who shows up and who plays their game. And like you just said, when Swagger comes and gives a decent and plays a decent game every year, he's you see him playing defense. He's an okay offensive guy. He gets open. He makes plays. You see Moses being as dynamic as he's been. I don't think that he's the same Moses back in the day.
He's not in shape.
He's not in shape right now.
And he may be past his prime. I mean,
Father
Time is undefeated.
Listen, but he's still young, right? He's still relatively young. But that's all on Moses. It's all about how he comes out, how he feels, and how he plays. It's all about what Moses you get. But it's also how Eric is going to play, how JP looks, how the younger guys are going to play with them. AJ, Lil Dewey now, how is Choo Choo going to play? All these guys got to step up and find their role on this team and find out what they do and what they do well. Shaq pretty much knows these guys a little bit better than Sarge. So I feel like he has a better opportunity to fit into the team better. He just got to make better decisions out there. That's been Shaq's problem from day one. Hopefully he can buckle up and do that, and this team they still can make noise. So it's not over for them, in my opinion.
We're gonna have to see what's gonna happen with them. YMM, this is, I would say, a good win. They have 2 wins now. They gotta turn around. They gotta catch up. I think that they can pass Reckless and move up. We're gonna have to see what happens with the rest of this. Next week we have some big games. Big win by YMM. You heard Nelson's interview. I'm 0-2 right now. Everybody's getting at me, but I'll take it. Next game up, we have IOD versus Gunners. Gunners have not been what we thought they were going to be. They started off slow. They did have a win against House Gang, so they definitely look like they're in the playoffs right now. But House Gang can sneak away and come back and get that last playoff spot. So these are some games that Generals have to win. I'm sorry, Gunners have to win. And
it looks like they have a couple of guys on their team that makes plays. They had an impressive interception run back, one of their guys, Cole, last week. So they have a couple of guys. They have little mini bones who you like, who you're a fan of, and I'm a fan too of as well. But it's all about Vaughn and how he looks. If he's able to make the throws or he's able to make on the offense to get them moving on their drives, then that's the difference maker right now. It's all on him.
And IOD has not looked like the team of last year. They look inconsistent. They lost a team that they wouldn't think about losing to last year. And they're just up and down. I think that they need to get back on track. I think that loss at 7-1 really took something out of this team. They just don't look like they have it. They got another big loss at Friday Night Lights. And they've been known as a team that gets there but does not finish the task. And I think it's starting to affect their play.
And hopefully they can fix that on their way to these next games, especially this one, because that's not something you want to have going into the latter end of the season, because like I've been saying, it affects the seeding and who you play in the playoffs. So hopefully they can get into their top game and become the IOD that we already know them to be.
We're going to go to Dawn and see who's not here today.
Go.
For IOD, Slash will not be here for this game for unknown reasons. Joe will start as quarterback. For Gunners, everyone is present. Nothing else to report. Back to you, Jay.
That's big. They don't have their starting quarterback. They don't got their all-star, /shorty, not throwing. And that's not good for this team. I mean, it shouldn't affect them that much against a Gunners team, but anything can happen. We just seen Street Fan beat Brown, so anything can happen at any time.
And this is not a game that you want to give up now, to lose a game to a team that you know you can beat. Joe playing and Slasher not playing is one of the reasons we look at as why Raw was able to beat them in that last game. So like you just said, anything can happen, and hopefully they can come up with a win this game.
We're gonna have to go to the game and see what happens. Joe's gonna start it off as the starting quarterback. He's gonna throw a nice pass to JoJo, who gets into the red zone. Joe follows that up with a touchdown pass to Costa, giving him a 7-0 lead. Great drive. Wait for Joe to get his momentum going. Great touchdown pass.
And this is how you start off early. He's able to get in his stride and make a touchdown to Costa. He's looking okay right now. Gunners seem like they had no chance of stopping him on that drive. That's 6 points for IOD.
Vaughn is going to start now and throw the ball to Cole, who makes a nice catch in the red zone. But then he's going to throw a pass to in the end zone is going to be picked off by Ace. Ace is going to run it all the way back for the touchdown. That's going to be a top 5 nominee. Ace is a good guy. I like Ace. Definitely a great play here. He's showing he can do it all over the board. He's been playing well. Definitely going to make another All-Star. Great play by Ace, taking it back to the house.
And if you look at the whole play from the beginning to the end, as soon as you saw, if you look at Ace's face on this play, he sees where the ball is going. He knows exactly where Vaughn is throwing into. He knows where and who he's throwing into. And he goes and just takes that ball and runs it all the way back for 6. That was just a telegraph play by Vaughn. And there you go, 6 points for ILD.
Gunners is going to get the ball back and not able to score, having a punt, giving it back to ILD. Joe's going to throw a nice pass to JoJo, then follow up with a short pass to Ace. Joe's going to get his pass knocked away for the turnover, giving it back to the Gunners. Finally, we see Joe make a mistake and give this ball back to the Gunners offense. But the Gunners can't get nothing from it, and they're going to end up turning over the ball, taking this into the half, 14-0 ILD.
Right now, ILD has this game. They've been doing what they're supposed to. You know, even though they had one turnover, they're still able to stop Gunners from getting anything going on for their defense. So now, it's all up to the Gunners to see if they can pick up and start doing putting points on the board, because it looks like it's ILD all the way.
And I think the problem is Vaughn is not a very good quarterback. He can throw. It's not like he sucks throwing the ball. He's just not able to locate his receivers. His mechanics is off, so he can't throw the football. It's just that he doesn't know where to throw it.
The main problem is he telegraphs where he's going. So if you're going to telegraph and point out, hey, I'm throwing over here, you expect defense not to make a play on it? So that's exactly what his problem's been all season. He looks at where he throws at, you can see what receivers is going to, and the defense always is able to make a play on it. That's their dilemma right now.
And I think he's fighting Bug for that interception leader this year. I'm going to go to the numbers right now. Hopefully I can bring it up really quick and find out, but it's not looking good right now for Vaughn. I expect him to be a little bit better than what he is, and I think he's a little bit worse. A little bit worse.
I mean, what can you say? Like I said, when you
trying to get the numbers.
Yeah, when you telegraph passes, you're going to throw interceptions.
Right.
Because the defense is always going to make plays on it. YMM were notorious for that this year on picking off Vaughn. So they picked off Vaughn and Bug. The funny thing is, it's all about who did worse in that game, and they're battling for that.
Well, we're going to come back to that right now. I can't get it too low. We're at halftime, 14-0 ILD. And I have actually got his numbers here, and Vaughn has thrown 8 interceptions. He has 8, and I believe, I would say, I think Bug has 10.
Has 12.
Has 10.
Bug has,
Now,
he has 10.
He didn't come into his game yet.
Yes.
So he has 10. So they're battling for that interception leader. So unfortunately, he has 1 already this game, so that's going to give Vaughn 9.
Yeah.
But let's get back to the game, second half. ILD's going to get the ball. They're going to end up punting, giving the ball back to the Gunners. Vaughn is going to throw a short game to his receiver, and then follow that up with an interception to Gil, who's going to run it all the way back to the end zone for the touchdown. 20-0 ILD, and this is the big play because Gil's been playing hurt all year. Finally shows a little bit. He says about 80%. Great pick. Run back to the house. This is what Gil can do.
And only certain people can improve on their health while still playing games. And Gil looks like he's been doing it throughout the season. An impressive interception run back by Gil. He's one of their cornerstones of their defense, and they need him here in order to make the defense, the ILD defense that I remember, their best defense. And Gil is showing why, even playing hurt, he's still able to make big plays.
Vaughn is going to follow up with a touchdown pass to Angel, I believe, to give him a 20-7. They're down, but that's going to pretty much end the game, 20-7. At least they get on the board, and that's another loss by Gunners. But let's jump about ILD. Great win, and I'm more impressed not about Joe. Joe's always shown he's a good backup quarterback who could step in and make plays, but to see Ace do what he does on defense, and to see Gil run this back, that's definitely a step in the right direction for this ILD team.
Yes, and I feel like the defense is the main thing. Because their offense, regardless of what, manages to put up points when they need to. But it's all about the defense and how they can stop opposing offenses from putting up points. And if they look like the way they looked at this game and the rest of the games this season, there's trouble for a lot of teams that they play against, because this is an ILD defense that can stop any offense if they play this way. Ace take running back picks, Gill playing healthy. I think this is trouble if they keep this up.
And the Gunners are just trying to get that playoff spot. They gotta watch House Gang, because they got 1 win, House Gang got no wins, and they beat House Gang for their only win. So they need House Gang to not get 2 wins. But like I said before, House Gang is going to get 1 win because they play Sleepwalkers, who is out of the league now. So that's a forfeit win. So if House Gang can win 1 game and Gunners lose all of theirs, House Gang is in the playoffs. So House Gang still has an opportunity, just got to physically win 1 game. We're going to have to see what happens. Great win by IOD. We're going to see what happens next week.